we got to the ticket booth and let's see how much it is. How much?
20.
20? I've only got 10.
Get lost.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Trujillo. We haven't just arrived. We got a night bus from Juarez at 10:30 last night. We got here at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, literally just before, actually 10 to 5 we were at the bus station.
Exactly, and we told the hostel that we weren't going to get here till 8 because that's when we thought, but it turns out the buses are very efficient here in Peru.
Yeah,
so
fun.
We got there so early and we got to the hostel and it was locked and there was no answer from the doorbell. So
we messaged the guy, he didn't answer.
Yeah, so
another guy arrived, French guy, and we decided to sit there, and then we found a place for a coffee at 6
we just went for a coffee at 6 in the morning, then went back to the hostel about 7. They let us in. So that was the fun of this morning. We had a nap because we didn't sleep the best.
Nap.
Yeah. And now we are gone out and we're heading to Chan Chan. Yeah.
So excited.
The main thing to do here in Trujillo is about 5 kilometers outside of the city, so we're just going to go catch a bus, and it's the largest pre-Colombian city in the Americas, so it's actually going to be quite impressive. So we'll tell you more about it when we get there, once we find a bus.
Yes.
But yeah, we're very excited about this one. So we will see you at Chan Chan.
See you then.
Bye. Okay, so it's 45 minutes later and we still haven't found the bus.
Yeah.
So we've got to get a bus to Huanchaco, but stop at Chan Chan. The guy in the hostel said to go to the Inca Avenue and wait for the black and white bus there. We went there.
15 minutes.
15 minutes, nothing. Cash asked someone.
Yeah.
They said, oh no, you've got to go to the main plaza and go from there. So we went to the main plaza, nothing. So we asked another guy. He said go to Avenue España. We went down there and we asked someone straight away, and the police lady there said, not from here. You got to go right to the end of Avenue España, crossing with Juan Pablo Road, and she said you get the bus from there to Huanchaco. So
let's hope, fingers crossed.
We've been walking around the city now, but oh well. I mean, we're not in a rush. So we've got all the time in the world, otherwise it'd be quite stressful maybe if you were in a rush.
Yeah. The only problem is it's so hot.
It's very hot.
It's crazy hot.
So we've been standing out in the heat on the side of the road waiting for these buses which weren't coming.
You have to wait them.
So yeah, we're going to go to the end of this road here and I'm praying that the bus to Huanchaco is there and we can get off at Chan Chan. So it's been a interesting start to Trujillo. Fingers crossed. Okay, we got the right bus finally.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rush as well.
Bit of a rush. So that corner where we were told last time was right. So you can either get dropped off at the Chan Chan Museum or the entrance to the site. But we've been told that it's probably best to go to the museum first and then go to Chan Chan site. Because in the museum
you can learn everything about the site.
And then go to it.
Yeah.
So here it is.
Yeah, I really look forward to it.
Yeah, so...
And the bus journey was 10 minutes?
10 minutes, that's fine, yeah. And the bus driver asked, do you want to drop off at the museum or Chan Chan site? And we said the museum. So, let's see how exciting it is. So we're in the museum now, and these are just artifacts that they found at Chan Chan over the time. So ceramics and pottery and stuff. That's where it is. Kasha. This is an aerial view of Chan Chan, a model in the museum.
Quite cool.
How large this city was.
So many swimming pools. So what's a Chan Chan?
Chan Chan, they think loosely translates to sun. Okay, so we just finished the museum there. We asked the guy where to go for Chan Chan. So basically you go out the exit and you just walk along this road for
2K.
2k. No, we get to the entrance and then it's a 2k walk from the entrance
Yeah.
to Chan
Oh,
Chan.
wow.
You can see the start of the city, like little bits, little ruins. And you're going to walk past some ruins as you go down, further down. There's
That's incredible.
more ruins. So the main ones, obviously right in the centre, are the impressive ones.
Yeah.
But look, we paid 10 sols each for that museum. It was small. There was not much to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you get with the scale model, you get to see how big it was. But other than that, yeah, it's a bit.
We haven't learned a lot.
We didn't learn much at all, and it wasn't too interesting. So we're hoping the 10 sols we paid in the museum will get us into Chan Chan. But we will let you know if that's the case.
And they're annoying because I read up, people said how good the museum is. I actually read up that people said it's really good
Yeah.
to go to the museum first, learn about it, and then go to the site. So,
I mean, if it's included, then why not?
yeah, but we're not sure yet.
We're not sure. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
But yeah, the good thing about walking past along the road is you get to see the beginning of Chan Chan.
And you get a bit of a breeze.
And you get a bit of a breeze, yeah. It is hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go buy our tickets. We got to the ticket booth and let's see how much it is. How much?
20.
20? I've only got 10.
Get lost. I'm just kidding.
Kiosk Keith. That's the entrance. So,
Wow.
okay.
This is weird.
I was expecting like a ticket office.
Yeah, me too. Maybe later.
Yeah, it must be through there as a ticket office.
But then, which is silly because we sort of seen it now. We can go.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen the whole city.
Yeah.
In the old area, the archaeology found 10 palaces.
Oh.
One palace was the house, the king, and the government. When the king died, in this moment the palace was closed, and the new king lived in the next palace. Because look at that perimeter wall, or the big high wall. The higher wall was 10 or 13 meters higher. Perimeter wall, defensive wall, for protecting with the warriors, by the Incas, everything. The material for construction was adobe mud brick. One line that horizontal, and the next line vertical. No, this is anti-seismic and earthquake.
Yeah.
Very safe. The earthquake doesn't destroy this area. Very support, because the earthquake in Peru very stronger destroyed the colonial city, the Trujillo city, because Trujillo founded by the Spaniards. But the first construction, the colonial houses, the churches, destroyed the earthquake, and then it's restored, similar old idea. But no, this is not destroyed. Only the erosion, the time, because the weather, the rain, the wind, no, this is destroyed. Chan Chan was the capital of the old Chimu kingdom. It's the same important that the Inca was Cusco,
Yeah.
for the Chimu was Chan Chan.
Wow.
This is the first plaza, or the first patio. This is very big, probably has 5,300 meters. Very big.
Massive.
This is for everybody, rich people, medium class, poor people, for the different ceremonies, festivities, party, no different activity. This is the main enter for the royal family, and the king, his wife, and the ramp. This is another characteristic, no step, only ramps. In the middle, the altar, the place for put offerings, present, or for human sacrifices. Only a roof and the main entrance and the altar. Another area was open, but it's no roof. Fish, probably the anchovies, and the seabirds was pelican. And the main god for the Chimu was the moon, because the moon influenced in the sea and the agriculture and the different characteristics of the women, everything. But on the Moche, the first king was Ayapaek. Ayapaek was decapitator, a mountain god. And the Chimu is moon.
Oh, wow.
And the Inca was the sun. Chimu is spoken Muchik.
Okay.
Muchik or El Quiñán. But Chan Chan is in the Quiñán is Hong Kong is San.
San.
All place very hot.
This is impressive.
Yeah.
Is it all reconstructed or is it all original?
No, this is original. All this part probably that's administrative tax office.
Tax office.
Tax office.
Oh.
They pay where the people pay tax.
Wow.
And therefore the people pay, but it's no money because the money is in colonial time. So the
Ah.
people pay with, for example, best fish, gold, silver, no best seed, no the best offerings, and then put in the deposit. And the other place, for example, like that, just for put idols. Two activities very important here. First, religious for the invocation to the god, with pray for the idols, and then continue pay taxes. What is the difference between money?
What a place to pay your taxes. So like well preserved.
It's just
So you can see all the designs. I don't know if it picks it up like
And then you've got Peruvian cross, which
the
symbolizes
Andes
north.
cross. Yeah.
And
Andes
this
cross.
is north, southwest, east.
Yeah. And then just look at the designs
And
on the
then-
bottom here. How crazy.
And then you've got the right side, which before they
The unrestored. And they're gonna restore
This
it.
is how they
Yeah,
found
this
it.
So that's before and that's
Yeah,
after
this
they
is
restored
before.
it. Yeah. Yes.
They've done a great job.
Wow.
This is the people know with Huachaque. Huachaque is in Kenyan language, Huachaque. In the English language is wells.
Wells.
Wells. Some people say ceremonial wells, maybe for the ceremony for the moon, because this place have underwater, the water, all full water.
Ah, okay.
The moon, that's reflection and the water. This is probably for ceremonies of the moon around the well. And this is, for example, one line is horizontal, this is like vertical. Horizontal and vertical. This is trapezoidal. This is
Okay.
very safe for the earthquake.
Yeah.
The earthquake never destroy, only move and sometimes connect.
Ah,
This is
it's very clever.
Very
It's very,
clever.
yeah.
Have a lot of knowledge.
We probably use in the base big block of the rock or stone because this is very close to the sea.
Yeah.
No, the salt, but this is, when it's mud, maybe it's easy, the rock show, but this stone is difficult for that
Yeah.
erosion. The royal tomb or the funeral sector, and this is probably the place with prepare when the king died, cleaning the body.
This was built obviously ready for when he died.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Specific for, this is for
so-
a funeral for put many people came here. The other territory for the funeral sector, and then for prepare the king.
Okay.
Up, and the top
Yeah.
over there. This is the tomb, the royal tomb.
Ah, okay.
The king in front of his wife. Around 44 tombs, because
Okay.
the idea is when the king died, immediately moment sacrifices more royal families. Because the idea is when the king died means not finish the life, it's continue the life in another world.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Ah,
example,
okay.
for this reason, it's necessary carrying principal wife, carrying the best cooker, the best people prepare chicha, the best cleaning.
Yeah.
Because in the next life, he continue live, and he need the servants
Ah,
and the
okay.
nobility.
So that was the only funeral was the king.
Yeah.
Like no other funerals took place here. Just the king.
Just the king, yes,
Just the
only
king.
the king, just only the king.
All this just for his funeral. Yeah.
For the king, last second, yeah.
Wow.
This place, for example, this is storage. This
This is-
place just storage.
All this is
All
storage.
this is storage.
Wow.
For the food, for example, food. And this place have a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Maybe changes the fish con meat, con llamas meat. No changes with beans, with
Yeah.
a seed, with a core. Put camote, dry potatoes. No.
And that was just for the whole city.
Yeah, exactly, for
Yeah.
the whole city.
How many people lived in this city?
It's difficult idea the archaeologists suppose because it's not exactly. Maybe some people say, and the old Chan Chan
Yeah.
probably 35,000 people.
35,000 people in this city.
And 20 square kilometers.
20 square kilometers of
Yeah.
this city.
Yeah.
So big.
It's so big.
Yeah, because we thought Corral was huge, but this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
enormous.
When it's a private project, it's more preserved.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's more money.
True, yeah.
So we just finished our tour of Chan Chan. The ticket for the museum does get you into here, so you might as well do the museum, I guess.
Yeah.
You buy a ticket there, you go around the little museum, short walk, well, a few K, couple of K to here.
It
Can't
wasn't
get,
that bad.
it wasn't that bad. And we got a tour guide, so we paid $50 for a tour guide, which is quite expensive.
She said if you've got a bigger group, obviously works out cheaper, but the only groups there were they were Spanish speaking.
Finally, we've come to a site with an English tour guide. We thought we'd take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I think if you do want to come here to Chan Chan, you do have to have a tour.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
nothing written down anywhere.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty boring without the tour. I think
Yeah.
it's more interesting with it. So we're glad we didn't get a tour in museum,
Mhm.
and it's better to spend it here.
Definitely. So as Kash said, you go to the museum, you do see some bits there, and the tour guide talks about some of the bits you've just seen in the museum.
Yeah, so that was quite good, yeah?
So yeah, it's a bit expensive, but we needed it. So, and it is an impressive site,
£10 for the tour.
I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you think it like that
In
way,
our money, in back in the UK, that
it's
was a
not
bit
too bad, but here, yeah, it was, yeah.
expensive. But it's very impressive Chan Chan, so I recommend it. So I guess another reason why this city is so big and so many structures, they build that palace that we just went round, that huge palace for the king, you know, the tax room, the funeral area, the living quarters, and as soon as the king dies, they abandon it and just build another one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's why there's so many palaces on this site.
And what's the worst? When the king dies, they kill off his wife, his servants, best cooks, and
Yeah, they
all
kill
like-
them all.
everyone.
So they go to the afterlife with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how many people did they say were killed with him?
Oh, 42.
It's quite a lot of people that were killed with the king. But then if the queen dies, they don't kill the king and the servants and stuff.
Hey, not fair. So we are just in the middle of the plaza. It's so colourful, so pretty. I don't know if you can see it. There is a Cathedral de Trujillo, or Trujillo, as I always pronounce that wrong. And then he's sitting outside the, what is it? Statue.
Statue.
Yes. Things like this always makes me, yeah? Oh, you might need to. What does it do?
Represents freedom.
Freedom.
Guy's holding a torch.
So you've got a naked man here. Oh, it's beautiful. It's just incredible. Oh, you can see this. You can see the torch. Here we go. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. And then we've got the library, the blue building, and yes, the Cathedral Trujillo. Beautiful palm trees, and we're going back to Dan. I think what we're gonna do now, we're gonna look for some food, because our lunch was crisps and chocolate. So I had a little walk. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the cathedral's so nice.
Let's have a little walk around to show on the video how beautiful it is. So you've got palm trees. You've got that another beautiful blue building, which we don't know what it is.
Yeah, so really nice plaza. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to El Trujillo.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Another archaeological site.
Yeah,
It's a it's a different different people, isn't it? Not the Chan. Was it Chan?
No, yeah, it's a different civilization.
Oh yeah, different civilization. So
It was
we'll
ruled by women. I'm sure that's what she told us today.
yeah, she did. Yes.
So yeah, we thought we'd show you around the square before we end this vlog.
And
We had a nice time at Chan Chan. The city's nice.
yes,
So we're gonna
we're
go.
liking it.
We're
yeah.
liking it. So we're gonna go get some food, and then tomorrow, for the next vlog, we're going to El Brillo.
And quite interesting fact is that in Colombia we prefer the small cities, but so far 2 weeks in Peru we prefer the bigger ones.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very different. So it's really interesting, yes?
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to go find some food and that's it for now. Bye!
Yeah, so see you in the next one. Bye.